So I played Marvel's Avengers Beta.
Did you?
Beta. Is it beta or beta? I don't know how you pronounce it in video gamer term.
I've always said beta.
Beta? I just go with beta. Avengers Beta.
How did that go?
Because I got a code. Because I pre-ordered it.
Which is fair.
For $20 less than regular price. I did the E3 deal at Walmart. So yeah, I got my code. I tried it out. It starts with that Golden Gate Bridge opening level where you get like a taste of all 5 of them, you know.
Yeah, I was watching. I've been watching the Rad Brad, but a little bit. I stopped with Ghost of Tsushima because I don't want any more story ruined. Because
Right.
I was at a point where like I couldn't effectively skip enough, right?
Yeah.
So I was watching it, but I've stopped watching it because I'm not sure how I feel about Avengers. But tell me how you feel about it, about the beta.
About the beta. Well, okay, so the beta, the first level on that bridge, I thought it was very arcadey. Very arcadey.
Okay.
Thor was awesome. It was great to play as Thor. But what pissed me off is that you're fighting just like regular aim agents and like you got to hit them like 4 times with Thor to kill them. And it's just
Right.
like it's, you know,
like I watched a couple of power moves.
Yeah.
Stuff that would like kill a man.
Yeah. I know. And it's the same with Hulk.
These dudes are just like, oh.
Like, I don't get it. Thor and Hulk should be adjusted where you destroy everyone like that. Done.
Or like the bad guys that are for Thor and the Hulk are different than the ones that would be for Iron Man or Black Widow. Like especially Black Widow.
Yeah. Yeah, especially. So Thor was really good. I enjoyed the Thor part. Took over as Iron Man, which is Nolan North playing Iron Man, and all I can hear is Nathan Drake while playing as Iron Man.
Yep. He said 3 lines, and immediately I was like, is that Nolan North? And I'm not really much into video game voices, but I was literally like, that's Nolan North. And of course I Google it. I'm like, okay, Chris, maybe you're a loser. Maybe you're a bit of a dork here. But then again, I am wearing my geek pants, so.
You are? Hey, good for you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I didn't really care for Iron Man. I didn't really care for the flying, the trying to aim and shoot while flying, and just the ground. Did nothing for me. And I kind of felt before playing that Iron Man would be my least favorite. Hands down my least favorite.
Okay.
So you jump in the Hulk. And Hulk's a lot of fun to play as, but he feels like floaty. He doesn't have like a heaviness to him. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like think about, did you ever play the Hulk game on the PS2, Ultimate Destruction? Now that was a Hulk game. I was the Hulk.
That's actually one of those superhero games that I always forget to reference. Yeah. And when I watched the Hulk stuff, I was like, oh, that kind of looks like Hulk. And then the Rad Brad brought it up. He's like, wasn't there like a Hulk game on PS2? And I said like out loud, because I'm a loser, I went, yeah, it was Ultimate Destruction.
I got it.
And then, but yeah, like one of my favorite things about that game was like you felt like the Hulk.
Yeah.
When you landed on stuff, like you felt like, whoa, this is fucking crazy. So okay, I can see what you mean. Like there's no weight to him.
Yeah, so it felt light, and then the jumping was kind of agonizing. Like I would fall and die for no reason. That would drive me nuts because you had to like jump to a wall. But then when you're on the wall, he's so huge, taking up the screen, you can't really see your landing point. You know what I mean? So I would jump and then go to do like a fist smash in the air, and then I'm fist smashing all the way to the ocean.
Just sounds like you're not a real gamer, Kenneth.
I'm not a real gamer. I'm not a real gamer at all.
Nope. Anyway,
Cuphead over
I
here.
can see that as being an issue, though.
It's not that hard. It's annoying that you
can't exactly
landing and then you miss the landing. So and then
it's not like playing Cuphead where you know it's hard and it is hard.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the end. It's hard.
That's literally it. So anyway, so Hulk.
Hulk's cool. Captain America. I dig him, but at the same time, I don't know. It just wasn't. It's arcadey again. Like I feel like I'm playing, Marvel vs. Capcom. The way he moves in that, like he didn't have like that soldier feel to it. Like I wanted to feel like I was freaking Solid Snake with a shield. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, see, that's the wrong mindset to have. I mean, especially because if we even look at Chris Evans, Captain America,
yeah,
it's very much the like the way they did Captain America in the movies and how he fights and how he moves is very much like they do in the comic books, where he's a combination of all these things. Like
oh
he's
yeah,
got soldier training, he's a boxer, he's got judo, plus he's an acrobat. So I actually looked like it seemed like Arkham. It seemed like
yeah.
the most Arkham style
You're
gameplay
right.
with Cap.
You're right. Yeah, that's kind of it. It's very Arkhamy.
I just hate the way he looks.
I don't really mind the look. I hate the glow of the shield though when you're fighting. Like it seems like his shield is like lighting up.
I didn't like that, but I also didn't like how they purposely made the red pinstripes.
Mm.
Like they were trying to downplay the flag aspects of his costume, which I really don't like, especially because, again, like you look at the Marvel movies and you could tell that they were trying to not necessarily go the flag style route, but then once they figured out a way to make it look cool, they were like, okay, fuck it, all in. Like
Yeah.
from Age of Ultron to Endgame, you've got really close, and then Endgame, it's like bang on.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, that's awesome. That's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I wish we would have seen this the entire time, but fuck, what a way to go.
Yeah. So yeah, no, Cat was good. Cat was good. A lot better than Iron Man. And then Black Widow's amazing.
Yeah, eh?
Black Widow was hands down my favorite. Probably like her and Thor. I wanted to fight some Thor type villains as Thor to get the real feel for it. Fighting some little dudes on a bridge and didn't do it for me. But with Black Widow taking on Taskmaster, that was awesome.
And Taskmaster, no less.
Yeah, that was a really, really cool fight. And then we hop into, like, I don't know if this is going to play out like the actual game, but then they throw you into a level where you're Bruce Banner and you're playing with Kamala, Ms. Marvel's.
Okay. Kamala Khan, isn't it?
Kamala Khan. I don't really know enough about the character. I find it weird that she's, like, I know it's a diversity thing, but I just, like, I don't know. I feel like America Chavez or Patriot from Young Avengers, or I feel like there was better diversity.
I don't know if it's yeah, I mean, I will say, okay, yeah, it is a diversity thing, but I also feel like it's more of an entry point as well.
Yeah.
Because you listed off 2 seasoned superheroes, young superheroes, which I agree would have been better choices, except they don't have the name recognition that Miss Marvel has. Miss Marvel exploded on the scene, for one, and 2, she was in the regular 616 universe, like Peter Parker would have been in the Ultimate Universe. She was a fanboy of the Avengers, of heroes and comics in general. So then when she got her powers, she was like, this is awesome. I get to be like them.
Right.
Similar to Spider-Man.
Because she's doing all the narration in this. Like it's everything's through her view.
Right. So she's the entry point character. She's the one, like, for people that don't play superhero games or games like this, can start this and go, oh, okay, I get it. I see. Yeah. At least that's how I interpret it as. But I agree with your assessment. Like, Patriot should have been one of the, like, I'm surprised Patriot hasn't getting more due in recent memory, simply because
if the storyline is like Cap's dead, it would have been made perfect sense to throw Patriot in.
Right. Because, like, his backstory is awesome. Like, I love his backstory. Although, then again, Young Avengers in general was just a really cool concept that,
yeah.
Like, even now with their, what is it, declassified or whatever, they're doing that young heroes.
Yeah, they're doing that weird thing with all the young
Civil War style young heroes thing, and it's like, I mean, like, Outlaw. I'm not saying Miles, Outlaw, that's right.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Miles Morales as Spider-Man should be diminished in any way, but bring up Patriot and then bring up America, like you said, America Chavez.
Yeah,
bring them back to the forefront, and then
there's so many, like, Young Avengers. Like, that was a great friggin' lineup. That team was
was so cool, and especially now because you got Hulkling.
Yeah, Hulkling, Wiccan coming up,
and also the whole Empire storyline is
whole Empire. Yeah, Exactly.
So I mean, oh, that would have been so cool. And
Yeah.
I mean, for a guy that was like a Young Justice, Teen Titans fan, to see Marvel finally do something like that, I was like, this is so cool. And Jim Chung on art, like, come on.
Oh yeah, that artwork is sick.
Like, get
So
the
good.
fuck out of here. It was so
So
crazy cool.
So I mean, like, but those are like young characters that were introduced when I was still reading at a younger age, right? And I was saying,
Right. Yep.
like, Miss Marvel, Miles, they're recent. They're the younger generation knows them because they're reading today, and that's the characters that are getting introduced today.
I wouldn't even say Miles is recent. Miss Marvel is the most recent out of all of them.
Miles is pretty recent. He was only like what, 2011 or something like that, 2012.
Right, but isn't Miss Marvel only like 4 years old, 5 years old?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my argument wins.
Oh yeah, it does. Oh, I see how this is.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, then you get the banner level, and it was weird because you're playing in the jungle and your banner following her around. I felt like I was on like a track or something. Like I felt like I wasn't really walking through the jungle, like through the rain. Like I felt like it was just, and I was like, how is this the people that made Tomb Raider? That game was amazing in the jungle. If anything,
I don't
be excelling at this point.
But also, like, one of the things I've noticed too, and it's a beta too, so we have to keep in mind that it's a beta.
Yes. Yeah.
But graphically, it didn't look that great either.
No, graphically, it didn't look that great. There was tons of screen tearing, like just like little jagged cuts and stuff.
Ugh, it just looked, it looked rough.
Like this,
it looked rough.
And like, I know it's a beta, but the game's 4 weeks out. Like,
well, and that's what I was going to say. Like, this would have been forgivable if this was a beta 6 months ago.
Exactly. Yeah.
The release date doesn't move, but 6 months prior they do that, then I would have been like, okay, well, I mean, all this shit that you're saying is forgivable. We're 3 weeks away. We're basically looking at what sounds like a broken game being released at top dollar.
Yeah.
Not cool, guys.
It's very, like, once you get into it, it's all online, right? It's like mission-based type stuff. It's 100% Anthem. I played the shit out of Anthem when it came out, even though it was a pretty broken game, that BioWare game from last year.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Anthem.
Yeah, I mean, but it was like the gameplay was amazing. Like there was so much fun that I knew was there that I kept playing, and I would have those moments of fun. But then you get tons of moments of frustration, and I get that exact feel from Avengers. It's the same. It's the same entering for the missions. It's the same. Bringing in your teammates. It's the same loot boxes as you're going around and picking up like add-ons and shit. It's 100% Anthem, like going through a level and then making it to like a boss type enemy at the end of it. And I was just like, oh my God, like this is going to go, it's probably going to do better than Anthem just because it's the Avengers, obviously. It's going to probably sell like shit.
Superheroes in video games are really weird. It's only within the last like 10 years that they've, and even then, it's only like the Arkham games, Spider-Man, and I think that's it. I think that's really the only good superhero games out there.
Good, yeah, but they've still been selling, right? And it's MCU and Dark Knight. The movies push the games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I think it'll do well. It's disheartening, especially because, like, I guess I thought because it's Marvel's Avengers and it was Marvel's Spider-Man that you'd have that same level.
I know. I thought we were getting MCU. Like, they even call it the Marvel Gamerverse. So if you're calling it the Gamerverse, you assume it's a universe.
Yeah, except that this Spider-Man will have his entirely new, his own story within this. And I'm like, and that actually was the first red flag for me when they were like, Spider-Man's a PS5 or a PS exclusive. I was like, that's stupid. And then they went, but he's also not the same Spider-Man that you spent, 20 hours falling in love with. And then I was like, well, that's really stupid. Yeah. That's really stupid. If he has the same costume, I'll be really mad.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they want to do their own costume. It'll be freaking padded pecs or something.
Yeah, like segmented shoulder pads, and he'll have weird armor, and you'll say to yourself, like, it'd be like watching Nightwing in a thick armored like suit, and you're just like, how does a fucking acrobat move like that?
He referred to himself as the Spider-Man. I'm the Spider-Man. So overall, I canceled my pre-order.
Yeah.
I just like, and honestly, I spent like I was playing it. I was focusing on the game for an hour, but from like the 1 hour mark to the 3 hour mark, I put about a good 3 hours into it. I was just like, I really just want to play Ghost of Tsushima again. I really just want to shut this off and play.
That's sad. That's actually sad.
Yeah.
And especially because like you said, like you had fun with some of the characters, but overall it was not enough for you to be like, I'm pumped. I'm still gonna pay, top dollar for this.
Yeah.
Although I'm glad that you did, because now I know not to do it.
There you go.